It is 10 a.m. and I am exhausted, like completely exhausted. But I have one goal today. That is to make some fresh bread, butter, and 2 batches of jam. I think I bought enough strawberries to make 2 batches of jam, so that's the goal. I'm just at that stage of pregnancy where I'm just tired all the time, which is every stage of pregnancy for me, so wish me luck. I have been wanting to make bone broth for the longest time now, so I bought some bones yesterday. I went to our local meat market. The meat is from Georgia. It's not pasture raised, like I'm sure there's grain in it. So the only bones he had were feet bones. I thought that was insane. I was like, I don't know if those are the bones I'm looking for. But I did some research and apparently they're great bones for the beef bone broth. So, gonna hopefully try that today. I'm not sure if I have like the herbs and the vegetables I need to simmer with it. We will see. And mostly I'm just planning on getting the jam done. I have been needing to make some more jam. The boys eat lots of jam with fresh bread all the time. And I love making bread even in pregnancy exhaustion. So we're gonna try to do that. It is a Saturday today, which means my husband is home and he has already been super helpful, got some laundry started for the day. I have some greens back there I need to harvest and could possibly use some of that for the bone broth, so that's great. Making jam is actually something that's slightly new to me. Growing up, my family always made jam, but that was actually something that my brother did most of the time. So I made jam for the first time when I got married, so probably about almost 6 years ago now. But I love making jam, and my kids love eating jam with bread, and it's kind of a nice cheap meal. Homemade bread is super cheap, and then homemade jam, it's cheaper depending on if you can get the berries on sale, which the strawberries were on sale this week at Aldi. So I went ahead and stocked up. We needed jam anyway. And I just like making our own foods because you know the ingredients and the quality and the care that's being put into it. I'm also making kefir here. If you guys want to see my kefir recipe, go ahead and check out the description box below and I will include a link to my kefir making video. I love water kefir. It has lots of probiotics and so it's great for pregnancy. You just have to be careful because if you let it ferment too long, it can become alcoholic. And I know this from experience, thankfully not experience while I was pregnant, but I have literally gotten tipsy from my water kefir again. So after the baby is born, I am not going to promise that I won't purposely make some tipsy kefir, but for now we're keeping it very alcohol free. Back to making the jam, and I like to actually crush my strawberries very minimally because I like having big chunks of strawberry in my jam, and just know that the strawberries are going to cook down to become much smaller. I use pectin for my jam, so in the pectin box you'll actually find recipes for jam, and I just go ahead and use that recipe. Yes, it uses a lot of sugar. I thought about using organic sugar, but it was going to use almost the whole bag, which is $10 for the organic unrefined sugar, so no thank you. We're just going to go with this, and that's one of the nice things about cooking and baking your own food. You know the ingredients that go into it, and so it makes you much more mindful and aware of what you're eating and when or how often you want to eat that. I ended up having exactly enough strawberries to make 2 batches of jam, which made 10 jars of jam, so that was perfect. And then I started out with my homemade butter. I've never made butter from home before. My mom has made it growing up. If you didn't know, I grew up on a farm, so yes, we did make a lot of foods ourselves, but more difficult things like cheese and yogurt, I don't know, a lot of things my mom made. However, this was my first time making butter, so it's super simple. You literally just make whipped cream and then you just keep whipping it until it becomes butter. I saved the buttermilk, hoping to make some buttermilk biscuits later this week, although we will see because I never really know what my energy levels are going to be like when I'm pregnant. I could feel like I've been hit by a train or I could be super productive, and it's just kind of one or the other. It was so satisfying making the butter. I can't wait to make it again, and I definitely want to find a resource for raw milk so that I can start making some healthier, just more nourishing butters and cheeses, but those things come with a costly price. So for now, we're just using Aldi cream and butter. I like to buy better quality ingredients when I can, but in this economy, we just have to do the best that we can and trust God with the rest. He can take care of us, he can nourish us. I truly believe that. So I was so excited about the butter, and I definitely want to get one of those fancy butter stamps. Next, I made some bread. I love making bread from the home, so this was a no-brainer, super easy, and I really enjoy kneading bread. I would love to get a bread mixer at some point, especially when our family gets bigger, because I will have to start making more bread at a time. But for now, I really enjoy just making it and kneading it myself. It is Sunday and we just got out from church. You guys have fun at church today?
Yeah.
They had lots of fun. They did not want to leave. Now we are stopping at Aldi. I have bone broth going. Jake did not go with us to church today because he was actually put on a mid-shift this week, which is pretty rare. But he was not able to make it today. He should be able to make it next week. So anyway, I've got bone broth cooking on the stovetop and we need to pick up some vegetables for that.
And we saw some claws on these balls.
We saw claws on the balls apparently, so
Yeah.
That's interesting. Have you had a good day so far today?
No.
No, he's had a terrible day. I did just recently get this new head covering. I'll try to link this in my description box below. I kind of love it because I can easily throw it on and take it off. I just wear a head covering for church, also for like different church
was fun.
related things like Bible study.
Yeah, church was even fun, and we'll see you guys soon. Bye. Ooh, so frozen.
Thank you, Jacob. The main reason we went to Aldi on Sunday was actually to pick up some vegetables so I could finish off the bone broth. So I went ahead and took some garlic, carrots, celery, and onion and added those into the bone broth. Someone gave me a great tip that I should just start saving the ends of my vegetables and the peelings and keep them in a bag in the freezer and use them the next time I make bone broth. So I'm definitely going to do that because you just need to simmer the vegetables in the bone broth for another like 24 hours and then you just strain it all out. I definitely need to harvest some more items here because we have a lot going on, but I'm gonna grab some basil and some dill and add that as well. Sunday is not my usual meal prep day, but since my husband was gone at work, I figured I might as well go ahead. Feel a baby kicking?
He's kicking.
Oh my goodness!
Oh, he's kicking again.
Oh, whoa!
I think the baby's kicking.
Yay!
Look, Hanky, the baby's kicking. Yeah. Yeah? Do you want to feel the baby? Do you want to feel the baby, Hanky? Yeah. Look, he's kicking. Yeah. Watch it. Watch. The baby's growing.
Okay guys, I can't help but laugh at myself right now, so I'm gonna share a super honest, candid moment. We're gonna try to stay modest here. But yeah, this is the outfit. This is the after church meal prepping outfit. This is the hair. She is the moment. And this is the kitchen. This is what the house looks like. Honestly, this is just real life right now. Before I got pregnant with this pregnancy, I had such a good routine going. I cleaned my house every evening. It was clean every morning. I was deep cleaning everything weekly. I was cleaning out the fridge every week. My cleaning routines have been so different ever since I got pregnant. My energy levels are different. It is interesting to me that pregnancy affects how much I can get done, how much I can multitask. And I don't even honestly notice it, but when I'm not pregnant, I can get things done 10 times faster, 10 times quicker. And when I'm pregnant, even when I feel like I'm being super productive, like today, it's like, where is the time gone? It's already 5 p.m. The entire house is a mess. I'm still in the middle of cooking. I still have freezer meals to prepare. Everything's just like a wreck. I don't know. That's pregnancy for me. It might not be pregnancy for everyone. That's pregnancy for me. So I just have to give myself grace and know that this is a season of life. I would say this has actually been my easiest pregnancy yet, in the sense that it's actually probably been my hardest one physically, but mentally I've been there. I've been on it and I've been ready for it. And I think that was the hardest part for me with my last 2 pregnancies, was just the mental game of feeling like a failure, feeling like I was a failure because the house was messy, feeling like I was a failure because I was gaining weight, feeling like a failure because I'm lying in bed so much or lying on the couch. Versus this pregnancy, I have given myself the most grace I've ever given myself. I do feel really blessed and really thankful for being in the mindset that I have been in and just the headspace that I've been in this pregnancy. And I'm also kind of patting myself on the back when I say that, because it has been my own mindset. You know, no one else is putting the expectation on me to not gain any weight or have a perfectly clean house. I'm putting those expectations on myself when I don't need to, when I never needed to, when I never should have been doing that in the first place when I was pregnant all those other times, all those other years. So we still have some more tasks to do, but I just wanted to share that really quickly and just say, if you are pregnant or if you have little ones, you're a mom to toddlers, have 2 under 2, whatever it is, and you feel like a failure, or you look at yourself and you're like, how did I get here? Like, I just got married. I was hot. We had tons of date nights. The house was always clean. Like, I often get into kind of this mind game where I'm like, where did things go? Like, how did things get to this point? But I remind myself it is just a stage of life. Since I've gone through this several times already, I do know things get easier. The house will stay clean again at some point. I will lose the weight again at some point. I will have my life together at some point. I will not need to sleep 12 hours every single night again in some point in the future. So just reminding myself it's a stage of life, it's a short stage of life, and to be grateful for it and appreciate it. Time to get back to the kids and the mess and the food. They all look like this, okay? Don't judge yourself, don't feel bad. We're all in the same boat. We got this, Mom. We're in this together. Okay, so I have the salmon in containers for my husband. Me and the boys just ate some salmon for dinner as well. I'm still so happy and excited that I was able to get it on such a good deal at Aldi today. Something I've been working on doing lately is making freezer meals on all of my meal prep days. So I try to buy a few extra ingredients and prepare a few extra ingredients. So I was already cutting up chicken for chicken fried rice. And then I had gone ahead and bought some extra chicken, cut that chicken up and made some Caesar chicken. This is a perfect freezer meal. It's so simple and easy to make. It's just Parmesan cheese, some Caesar dressing, and it calls for sour cream, but you can actually use Greek yogurt in your replacement of sour cream, and it's much better, has more protein, and Costco has a great price for their Greek yogurt. So went ahead and threw that into my freezer meals. I think I have about 7 pans of freezer meals right now, and then made some chicken fried rice for my husband. This is one of his favorites, and added lots of veggies and onions. I've been using purple onions a lot lately. They're so colorful and pretty, and I love that they are still really sweet, like sweet onions, because I do not like spicy onions. I only like sweet onions. Seriously, full disclosure, especially after a meal prepping day, this is what the house looks like. And yes, I still have the bird hair going on. But this is what I'm talking about when I say I'm so much better at multitasking when I'm not pregnant. Even though I feel like I was so productive today and got so much done, and I did compared to what I normally get done. Non-pregnant me would like have the house clean, have meals prepped, done a million things. But pregnant me just cannot do it all. So tomorrow will be a cleaning day. Tomorrow, hopefully we'll deep clean the house. We'll see, because sometimes, especially with pregnancy, I literally wake up feeling like I've been hit by a train, and then all of my good wishes go out the window and the things don't get done. I stayed up so late last night just trying to get some cooking and cleaning done, and also working on some editing on a YouTube video, but our bone broth is almost ready and I'm gonna try to clean up the house today. I have always tried to make it a priority to have my boys help me with all the chores, but as I've been pregnant, this has been so helpful, especially when it comes to picking up things off the floor. It actually really hurts me to bend over, so this has been awesome. And then my son has the task of clearing and washing his table every day. Here, you gotta feel right there. And right here. Here, Hanky. After over 48 hours of simmering, my bone broth was finally done, and I was so excited. I did end up spilling a bunch because I didn't have a strainer that really fit the pot, but I was just so excited to see the bones had kind of melted down and softened. Next, the boys and I cleaned up the living room. Again, super helpful that they can help me so much, and I will be linking this wet vac down below. You guys have been loving it so much. So many of you have already tried it out. I use it every day, and it has completely saved my back. In typical Liz fashion, I was cleaning, and then I realized I got my cardamom spice in the mail, so we are making some cardamom bread now. We have been cleaning, but I could literally sit here and smell this all day long. I love the smell of cardamom, and I love cardamom bread. I love eating during nap time because then no one is asking me for my food. And as a mom, that is a luxury that I do not take for granted. Okay, it has been a couple days since I checked in for this weekly vlog, and if you can't tell, it is a content making day for me. So I have been working on some YouTube videos, I've been working on some Instagram reels. I am working on batching a bunch of content so I have time to post it. One problem with me is when I batch content, I also just start posting a ton and then I use up all my batch content. So I need to get better about saving stuff and spacing it out a little more, but I have been posting a ton of really funny, in my opinion, reels on Instagram, so definitely go over there and check them out if you are into satirical Christian content at all. And also just taking some photos of my plants, taking some photos of myself for thumbnails, which is so difficult. It is so hard getting good photos of yourself, especially if you want the photos to like look natural, but you're like sitting there like. So anyway, yeah, it's weird. But kids are down for naps right now, so trying to keep my voice down a little bit. And excited about the YouTube videos that I will be posting in the near future, as well as the reels. Good morning. It is Saturday today. I don't even remember what day it is. Let's make some breakfast.